This video will give you details with regards to posting receipts after they have been credited at your bank. So the manual, the Student Activity Module Guide version 2019 is what will give you the how-to instructions for receipt activity transactions and how to post those. And so the information it gives you, it'll give you screenshots, 1, 2, 3, 4, step-by-step screenshots of everything, and it'll give you a detail of what to go through for each detail that corresponds to the 1, 2, 3, 4. And that is the way they will all be. So let's get started with the first thing on here with posting receipts to the student activity module. So this is your main screen. I'm in trained for training purposes. So we would click on the Tyler menu, Finance, and Student Activity, Activity Transactions. Here you will go to Search, Field Help button. We're going to choose ALPS for our training. Click Accept. And so here you have your two options that the majority of the time you will use, the disbursements and receipts. So for this particular case, we're going to use receipts. Your cash code has already been defaulted in there. So if it's grayed out, that means that area is not required or that the system will generate it at the end of the entry. Your location, again, you would click your Field Help button to see what your options are. You should only have access to one school. If you ever see other schools listed under here, please do notify someone in business services so that they can remove access for other schools. That can be quite challenging to fix that after that if you enter stuff into 2 different schools. The amount, I would always refer to your deposit slip for this information. So the first thing on your deposit slip would be the total dollar amount. So we're going to use $200. Deposit, this field is not required, but if you wanted to put something in there, I would suggest putting the deposit bag number. That would be one thing to put in there. Or receipts if you have individual receipts, but typically everyone puts in the deposit bag number in here. Again, not required, but you can enter it if you'd like to. Under paid by, I don't want you to use the names of who paid you the money. I need you to use what event was this for? What type of event was this for? Was this for a fundraiser? Was this for gate sales? Was this for a field trip? What was it for? So for this particular training, I'm going to show you a couple of different entries to do, but you would do fundraiser if it's fundraiser. There we go, fundraiser, and we want to do t-shirt sales. If you're entering this according to the deposit slip, the first amount at the top of your deposit slip will be how much cash. So we want to do, let's say 180 was cash and the rest was check. So we're going to do check. And so it was check number 1, 2, 3, 4, check date 10/26/21. And so if you have another check, you can also list out your checks. If you do that, you need to make sure that you enter the check number and the check date that corresponds, so it makes sense. We may have had a money order in the mix, and for that one, you would choose other, and you would type in money order since that is not one of the options. Okay, so after that, you hit tab. It's going to take you to activity. So this was a fundraiser for t-shirt sales. It's going to go into your general fund. Choose it and click accept, or just double click on it. And then tab again. It's going to take you to action. Under action, you choose the field help button. This was a fundraiser, so we're going to choose fundraiser, double click, or click accept, whichever you prefer. Here, you go ahead and you put it in $200 and you click accept. You will probably have more than one deposit at a time, so if you wanted to enter another deposit, you would click on the plus sign, which we are going to do right now. Double click on the location and the dollar amount. Let's do $500 this time. Again, we're going to skip over that. This time we're going to do fundraiser. And we're going to do book fair sale. And the date of the book fair was maybe yesterday. So here we're going to do cash again, to 250. And here you may have had a lot of checks. So you don't necessarily want to put down checks because you have maybe about 10 checks, and that means you have to list it out. So we can use other. Again, remember what I said when you use other, write it down as to what that other was. So here we're going to do, let's say 10 checks. It's going to tab over to your activity. So this was a book fair and it was media. So that would be click on media, and under action, you would click on fundraiser, double click again or do accept, tab. And so you would do that there, click offset. And so once it's done, click accept. So I'm going to show you one more. You're going to do the plus sign, field help button, accept. So let's do 205. And this one's going to be a field trip. It's going to be Washington Farms. And so here we're going to say it was cash. We're just going to leave it alone. It being all cash activity. Let's say this was pre-K going to field trip. So here you have pre-K field trip, and here you have pre-K grade level. Those two are different, but we're going to choose pre-K field trip. Click accept, tab, and your only option will be field trips. Click accept or double click on the item. So once you're done posting that, you click accept. And once it has been posted, all of them, after you have posted everything, you want to click on PDF. When you click on PDF, it'll show you the total dollar amount. Here's the first one. There's the second one, and it'll show you the breakdown. There's the third one. And you would just click on print, and you would print these in landscape. And you would not print on both sides. You would want to print just one, because each one of these should correspond to a deposit slip and its specific backup. And of course, you just hit print and that would be done. So for our training purposes, that is that portion. Once you've posted that, let's go back here. On your screen, it'll take you back to this particular area, your home screen. So now that we have 3 items posted, it's giving us the option to cash out, which means we're actually going to post it to our cash balance and the money will become available. When you post it here, the money does not become available. You have to wait and cash out so that the funds become available in the particular accounts that you posted to the general media or field trip. So let's go ahead and cash out. When you click on cash out, it'll take you to this screen here. Again, your cash code is defaulted to the school that you belong to, and location, you would have to click on your field help button. You should only have one choice. I would tab through the next one, and here you have your GL effective date. Your GL effective date is the date that the bank gives you credit for the funds. So we're going to choose today's date, but typically it's going to be a date in the future, 2 or 3 days later after the deposit has been picked up is when they give you credit for it. Tab through, because this might be into a different month, and of course you want that date to change with the year-end period as well. All right, everything else is grayed out. You should not use EFT. We do not have electronic fund transfers for any of this yet, so it's basically just leave it printed. There is no checks in the mix, so therefore that's why that is grayed out. If there were checks in the mix, then the first check number option here would be highlighted and you would be able to enter information, and actually you would be required to enter information, but it's grayed out because we don't have any checks in the mix. So click on print receipts, click accept, and now your receipts will appear. Here you can select all, unselect all, or individually select the ones you want to cash out. So I'm going to go ahead and select all. The only reason you would not want to select one of these is if you only got credit, let's say for the first two, and you didn't get credit for the last one. You want to wait until the bank notifies you that that credit has been given to your account. This, like I said, we're going to click all for accept all, and then we click on process, and we're going to click save, click OK. And once it has been posted, you will get a little message at the bottom that says check to cash out, processing complete. So at this point you've posted all of your receipts. So now they're gone from your main screen here. And if you wanted to, you would go and look at your cash balance report to see and confirm that they have been posted. That cash balance report will be part of another training, not this particular training. So please refer to that for getting around your cash balance report and what to do and how to enter information in there. So this concludes our entries for receipts. Hope you find it useful, and again, refer to your how-tos to be able to confirm that your screens are all where they need to be.